Raptors Digest, what's up and welcome back. We got another live stream underway right now as the Raptors take on the OKC Thunder. Currently, we're sitting at an 11-13 record with an opportunity to get back to 500 in the next few games. It's a homestand. You've been 2-0 on it so far, did a great job last game and the one before that, taking advantage of Giannis not suiting up with the Bucks. And now you got OKC, the team who currently holds the NBA record for the largest deficit in an away and home loss. Sam Presti's a madman. He is down to mortgage everything right now, including young stars, to get draft picks and build for the year 2030 something, because that's how long in the future their contending period's going to be with how they've operated this whole organization and the rebuild. Like I said, Sam Presti is just crazy when it comes to picking up draft picks. So right now I got to welcome everybody who's already watching. I have an old score pulled up on the screen. That's my bad. I don't know why it's still on that one, but let me go ahead and grab this score right now from Google. And there we go. Gary Trent Jr. connecting on a three. As I'm pulling up the score here, he needs to get going. He's had a cold last few games. I've missed a few bets on him, and there we go. OKC calling a timeout. The Raptors are up 28-21, and as you can see, my bets for the game: Fred VanVleet at least 20 points. I felt like tonight he'd go off. OKC does not have an experienced or defensively inclined roster, and Fred's on a mission right now to prove that he can be an all-star. He scored 10 points last game, I'm pretty sure, so I'd imagine that he's going to be kicking himself to get something done tonight, because he can't help but be watching his numbers as well, hoping he makes the All-Star weekend, and he's capable of scoring 20 on a team like OKC any night, so I'm betting on it right now. And then Scottie Barnes, no longer afraid to shoot the three-pointer. I have some faith that he too will have a little bit of a stats night against OKC, or at least be fearless in dipping into his repertoire here. I bet you he will jack up a few threes and hopefully at least hit one. And with that said, I have missed a little bit here in the fourth quarter, so maybe one of my bets has already hit. I'll double check that in a second, but first things first, I'm going to go look through the chat here as I've been tuning in a little bit late. We got Tom Moreau in here, the Minecraft player, Genfro, Paradise Lost, Shayar, bunch of people, bunch of regulars. I'm always thrilled to see you guys in the chat, showing up for this live stream show that's become a ton of fun. And if you guys have any bets tonight too, let me know. I'm always curious to hear what the followers are gambling on. And shouts out to the 35 people that are watching right now. I love doing the like spike animation, so here it comes. Got the Skyrim arrow on the screen. If you guys are watching right now, show some love, drop a like. And I'm seeing in the chat right now, and it's been a topic for at least the last 48 hours here. Is Indiana clearing house a little bit, trying to go for a full rebuild? Because rumor has it they are willing to part ways with both Miles Turner and potentially Domantas Sabonis. I know Ben put out a video on that. Both of those options would be crazy in terms of how they would affect the schema of our team. Both 7 feet guys. I think Sabonis probably close, if not like 6'11". Either way, two beasts in the front court. Really versatile guys. Sabonis more so than Turner, but a lot of Raptors fans actually preferring the idea of going and getting Miles Turner because he's got just such that skill set to a T that we've been lacking, and he'd probably be a bit more affordable than Sabonis, who, in my opinion, is one of the most slept on all-stars in the league. But I'm curious to hear what you guys all think. We got Jet for Sale 1 in here. Man, Marcel Martin already in the building. Everybody knows him. Raptors legend, a.k.a. the Bald Mamba. Jeremy W. dropping a Go Leafs Go. Anyone following the NHL right now knows the Buds are hot. It's not just like any other season. I'm not saying we're going to do it, but we've never looked better. I'll leave it at that. Definitely go check out Leafs Digest if you haven't already. Matty Maru in the building. Kyle H. asking a question. At Raptors Digest, if we do end up getting Turner when OG and Pascal are back, what does that mean for Barnes? I'd imagine you're not getting Turner without maybe parting with one of those guys. And I know that OG and Pascal are both individually better than a Miles Turner. But in my imagination here, Indiana's probably going to go after the biggest fish they can get in return. And even if it means they need to throw out a first-round pick or something of that nature with Miles Turner leaving, they'll do that. But I don't know. I don't think the Raptors would ever purposely bury Scottie Barnes. They do want a 7-footer. But this roster going forward, I think they know to build around him. And Isaac Bonga, I believe, just connecting on a three-pointer. I saw that out of my peripherals, so I could be incorrect here. But the Raptors get a bucket. The score is 31-23 right now. And the Raps have done a considerable better job of protecting home court. And if we want to get anywhere close to 500, We're going to need to take care of that tonight. OKC is a win waiting to happen for at least good teams that know how to capitalize on a gift when it's given. Tom Moreau saying Trent and Precious for Sabonis ? Wow, that is a somewhat realistic trade. I feel like they'd even still try to squeak a second rounder out of us with that package because Sabonis is crazy good. I don't know if I would want to do that. I don't think I would, but it's a very, very tempting offer. I would need to shut that down. So the package here that Tom Moreau is saying, Trent and Precious for Sabonis, he's wondering who would do it. Drop it in the chat if you think that's a somewhat good, maybe even realistic trade that you could make. Svi Mikhailuk turns over the ball there. Bonga fighting for it, but OKC holds on. And there's my guy Lou Dort picking it up for the Thunder. Thunder's another team that I do respect the players. I kind of cheer for them a little bit. Two Canadians, right? SGA and Dort. What a pass by Dort. A travel getting called. Unreal. But I got to say, what a pass by Dort there. There's been some SGA trade rumors linked to the Raptors before. Supposedly, and we've talked about this on live stream before, but at OKC, Sam Presti in particular, who's always building for the future, apparently was willing to flip SGA to us this year in return for the 4th overall pick, which turned to be Scottie Barnes. Interesting. That definitely had the Raptors thinking. Logically, it would. But I'm very happy that we ended up with Scottie Barnes instead. He is going to be the future, and I don't think the Raptors are going to make any trades that will impede his development. Fred VanVleet going hard to the basket. I'm going to make it rain with that one there because we need him to be getting baskets all night for us to hit our bet. I want to get back into the W column, guys. In the YouTube short I uploaded today, I said I'm very confident in this one, hoping we can get it. Perfect. OKC misses it again. Fred's there to get the rebound. He's going to be guarded by SGA. 8 seconds on the shot clock or in the first quarter. Fred jacks it up from deep. Flames are coming on, ladies and gentlemen. He's hot already. Big bucket there. Puts the Raptors up by 10. SGA misses off the glass from halftime. 10-point lead after the first quarter here. Fred VanVleet. Let me see how many points he has in total. I believe that was his first basket. So Fred VanVleet will have at least 3 points after this first quarter. As you can see in the top left corner, I have bet on him to go and get me 20. I'm really hoping that can happen. I'm not too worried yet. Nice little shot to end the first for him. And then Siakam's got 9 points. Spicy P getting back at it. We always talk about how he loves to abuse the sub 500 teams. I'm betting on him showing up tonight. Not literally. Maybe I should have done a Pascal bet, but anyways, Pascal Siakam with a nice little first quarter. Oh, and Fred has 5 points, so I stand corrected there. 5 in the first for Fred. Scottie Barnes was 6, 3, and 2. He's 3 of 5 in the first. Love to see that. If he can go shoot a 3-pointer, that'd be real nice. And then Chris Boucher, 4 points, 1 rebound. He started tonight. Precious Achiuwa is out at the time being. Not too bad, guys. And then Gary Trent Jr. with 7 points. He's 1 of 2 from 3-point and then 3 of 4 from the field goal. So a nice little turnaround game from Gary as well, I'm hoping. Good stuff so far. It feels like the seriousness and the demeanor of this team is checking back in because for a while we were looking a little bit complacent and almost willingly going down the path of retool. It's not even like we were fighting for it. We're just, okay, maybe this is another development season. That kind of atmos seems to be dwindling, and I'm liking the seriousness and approach that our guys are starting to bring every single night. This has been a welcome change, and I'm sure I speak for everybody when I say that. And Diljit in the chat saying 5 points for FVV. Thank you for clearing that up. My bet's even looking a bit better now. Paradise Lost saying no, Trent stays, and the potential deal for Miles Turner where we would send over Gary Trent Jr. and Precious Achiuwa. Or no, that wasn't for Miles Turner. That was going to be for Sabonis. So I do think Trent's going to be one of the players that we try to build around. He's like the third cog of the core that I would say goes Scottie Barnes, OG Anunoby, and then, yeah, Gary Trent Jr. Siakam, I get he has his moments, but I just don't see him in that long-term core we're building around. And even Fred VanVleet, who I love, my favorite player. I got him on the wall behind me. He's someone that I can't fully assure myself that he'll be around in 3 years, but I do hope he is. I do like Fred VanVleet. But my 3 guys that are sticking around, I say it all the time, it's going to be Scottie, Gary, OG. Let me know your 3 untouchables on this roster right now. I know some people are probably going to say Pascal Siakam, right? He's got some loyal fans out here. Yeah, and Kyle saying exactly that, what I just said too. And Kyle also pointing out, I hope we can beat a team that's been beaten by 73 and had a 78 lead on them this year. That's ugly. And that was by the Memphis Grizzlies, who are going to be a fringe playoff team themselves. No Ja Morant either. That's an embarrassing performance for OKC. But Sam Presti, he's crazy. He is ready to fully commit in the direction of a tank with no remorse whatsoever. And it looks like Yuta Watanabe getting fouled there. He's shooting too. What I really liked about Yuta's game the other night was he went out there. I understand he only had 7 points, 2 rebounds, and an assist. But I think he also had 1 defensive stat, but no personal fouls, and also 0 turnovers. I know he didn't do a ton, but his energy was key. He didn't hurt us one little bit, and he did score. He was efficient when he took the shots. So I got to say, Yuta Watanabe bringing some hype to his reputation, because some people obviously kind of blow him out of proportion. But I'm starting to see, like I said, I'm drinking the Kool-Aid now. I'm a big fan of Yuta Watanabe and what he's been doing off the bench, although it's been relatively small and efficient doses. I'd say Nick Nurse has found a good way to use Yuta at the moment. But Isaac Bonga still out here. He's with Banton. Looks like Banton's got those shorts hiked up a little bit today. I don't normally notice that on him. He's guarded by Josh Giddey. A rookie I'd say is kind of similar to Banton actually. Banton and Giddey do have some big similarities. And then the steal by Poku. That was more of just a blatant turnover there by the Raptors, but OKC have it going the other way. Man dribbling. And then Svi Mikhailuk, it looks like laying the foul on him there. But pretty good defense by the Raptors. Tom Moreau saying, I'm still not high on Trent, but I've been wrong before. I am pretty high on Gary Trent. He's on my 3 untouchables list, just like Kyle was saying as well. But I understand, like, not everyone's going to be sold on him right away, and maybe I'm incorrect here. But just from what I've seen, I do like to put him in that exclusive category on our team. Nice rebound there by Watanabe. He's coming back the other way for the Raptors. Scottie, knock down this 3. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Flames are on. I'm going to have the money coming down too in the animation. There we go. Scottie Barnes hitting that one leg of my parlay that I was going to need. I had a feeling he would be shooting 3s tonight, and go figure, he jacks one up and hits it. I'm pretty sure his first of the game too. And a nice little layup there by Josh Giddey at the other end. He's got a sweet skill set, I gotta say. Yuta just misses the 3. Scottie Barnes tries to get the rebound, taps it out of bounds. It's going to OKC ball, but some good hustle right now by Toronto. Jeremy W. in the chat saying Banton has so much upside. He really does. And I didn't think of it before, but the Josh Giddey comparison. In this rookie class, very similar. Big point guards who like to fill all 3 categories on the stat sheet. Really nice game IQ along with the size. International technically, North America, but he's Canada. Josh Giddey's Australia. I like the comparison. I'm going to start saying that more. And then we got our first super chat of the night. Shouts out the legend himself, Marcel Martin, saying anyone who doubts Scary Gary needs LASIK. Get the lasers coming out of your eyes right now, just like the Terminator. But you're right. If you can't see a little bit of star potential in Gary Trent Jr., then you haven't been tuning into the right games. He's had such a consistent season with the exception of like 3 to 4 games where he was like kind of meh. So the last couple, you could say that, but not oversampling that. You look at the season he's had, and he's just a deadly defender and a deadly shooter. He's high-octane basketball. He likes to gamble and go for the defensive steals, but at his age and athleticism, I don't really mind it. I'm not saying Gary Trent Jr. is some freak athlete, but he's very athletically literate. I don't know how to put that. He's very coordinated. He's all over the place. He's got good basketball IQ. I like the way he plays. He's energetic, and he's got a great skill set to complement his motor. I'm a big fan of him, and he will not back down from shooting the ball, right? He's got that shooter's mentality that if he misses, it's a short memory, go for your next shot. Gary Trent Jr., he is the man. And Marcel Martin backing that up. Shouts out for the super chat. Ben in the chat saying 100% agree on the 3 untouchables. Gary, Scottie, and OG. A lot of us in consensus on that one, but Tom Moreau still up for debate on it. Diljit saying Barnes, Fred VanVleet, and Pascal are untouchables for now. I somehow don't see Pascal being traded just yet. I like that you put Fred in that list because he's so important to this team. he is the logical protege from Kyle Lowry. So to have him step in and fill that void that Kyle left, it's not going to be the same right away. But wow, does Fred VanVleet do a great job. If you could handpick anybody in the league to fill Kyle Lowry's shoes, regardless of who they play for, Fred VanVleet's name would be listed at the top of that list for sure, because they bring a similar kind of demeanor and seriousness. They're floor generals. They can play defense beyond their physical frames, and just overall shot makers. They're not afraid to take those shots, and we saw it all playoffs for both of them. But I got to say, Fred VanVleet's an exciting guy to have leading our team, and I hope he's an all-star this season. I really do. I'm liking that Diljit's considering him an untouchable. Tom saying they better not include Banton or Watanabe in any trades. I really want to hold on to Banton. Utah, if it happened, I guess I could accept it, but I've been loving his play as of recent as well. And shouts out to the 70 people who are in here right now. If you guys are watching, drop a like, man. Like spike going on right now. Appreciate you guys. Man shoots the three. Just spills out, but OKC rebounds it, and Dort getting the putback bucket. So I've got a complete long shot bet that I made earlier. I don't even have it posted on the screen. I just have my proper lock of the game, we'll call it. But on Bet365, I did place another, I'll call it a blackout parlay, because that's kind of my chances of hitting it. Poku rebounds the missed Gary Trent 3. But let me see right now what it is, because I think I had Lou Dort points on it. And too many steps, that's a travel on Josh Giddey, I believe, and it's going back Raptors basketball. Currently the score, 40-33, 9:21 left in the second quarter, guys. This has been a nice little game. Good start for the Raptors. Pretty nice defensive effort. We've seen that all throughout the two-game win streak so far at home. We've really been taking it to the opponents, not giving them anything easy, and thus far we've been doing the same. But Banton turns over the ball to Poku again. Poku's got that unicorn skill set. He's a cool player, a really cool player. I was way too high on him this year in the Raptors Digest fantasy pool, and I think I drafted him some ridiculous number. I can't remember exactly where he was taken, but he was drafted over some good players, and I probably could have got him later, but I just had this feeling don't sleep on Poku. His skill set's so crazy, and OKC is going to have nobody else shooting in front of him. I don't know. It was a gamble, and I'm going to admit it did not really pay off, but that league's been a ton of fun for anybody who's in that tier that's allowed it to happen. Shouts out to you guys. So the crazy parlay that I set, where is it? So I have Josh Giddey over 5.5 assists, Scottie Barnes at least 15 points, Fred VanVleet 20 points, Lou Dort 15 or more points, Lou Dort 3.5 rebounds, so over on that 4 at least, and Pascal at least 1 steal. That was a blackout parlay, but that's what I'm betting on, guys. It's not looking that bad right now, but $10 pays out $250. I'll keep you guys posted on if that hits, and if you have any bets of your own, definitely toss them in the chat. You guys know I always want to hear those. And then Marcel Martin dropping another super chat saying Josh Goodwin greater than Josh Giddey. Shouts out to Marcel. It's funny, everyone calls me Goodies sometimes, so when I say Josh Giddey, it's just, it does feel so similar. It's weird. I'm always going to cheer for Josh Giddey for that reason. And I was kind of on him at the beginning before people really knew who he was. I saw the Raptors were looking into him before we knew when we were going to be drafting. And I'm going to just track history and say the Raptors are a great indication of sleepers in the draft. Whoever they're interested in, maybe try to get them in for a workout, because the Raps are doing all the digging work for you. They've proven to be so money in the draft. So I saw they were flying out to watch Josh Giddey play in Australia, and then I did my research on the player, and wow, he had really similar numbers to LaMelo Ball in the NBL just last year. Based on that, I thought he was going to be something special, and so far he's looked really good. He's like a top 5 rookie at the moment, but Cade Cunningham's continued to improve. Evan Mobley actually surpassing Scottie Barnes right now in the Rookie of the Year ladder. But I'm getting way off topic here right now. As Marcel said, Josh Goodwin, greater than Josh Giddey. Shouts out Marcel for the super chat. This has been an exciting rookie class to watch. Matty Maru saying, you heard it here first. Scottie's season high tonight. That would be a treat. You got me hyped up, Matty Maru. If that can happen, I'm going to be juiced. Siakam cuts in the paint, throws it back out to Scottie. Let's go. Oh, just misses that 3. That was a good shot too. The ball just spilling out of the rim. Josh Giddey in the paint. Nice defensive play by Scottie Barnes. Whacks down that ball. Turns over OKC. Nice. Kyle H saying the Thunder team's so raw and young they get benefit trading from the Pacers. Yeah, I mean Sam Presti's really just building for some distant time in the future. It's ridiculous. I've never seen a GM operate so heavily on picks. My God, we got Pascal Siakam out there playing like KD at the moment. Wow. Mid-range game is on for Pascal. I love that Nick Nurse has told him to play more spot up with the basket, less spin moves. Oh, it's Scottie Barnes. Flying in there for the block. He's had a few big defensive plays this first half. Shoot that, Scottie. Just misses. Boucher tries to get the rebound, but taps it out of bounds. It's going back OKC ball. I'm loving the intensity from Scottie Barnes, though, at the moment. Let me check exactly how many points he has because people are saying season high in the chat. What are we working from? So 9 points is what he's got at the moment. 3 rebounds, 2 assists. He's 4 of 8, 1 of 3 from 3-point. And he's got 1 block, but I think that should be like 1 steal, 2 blocks. Maybe I've incorrectly counted, but he's been all over the floor defensively in the first half. And then Poku knocking down a 3. Scottie Barnes actually getting a little bit lost on defense. And Pokusevski, the unicorn, making him pay for it from 3. Wow. Shouts out to the 70 people who are watching right now. I'm going to drop a like spike for everybody who's tuning in. Who just got that basket for Toronto? I missed it, but we're up 44-36 on OKC right now. 6 minutes left in the half. Blazely, that's such a weird name to say. Blazely passes it over to Giddey. Muscala. Poku just hit from there and he misses. Scottie Barnes with the rebound. He's had a few rebounds in this first half as well. At least 4 now. Finds Gary Trent. Gary Trent Jr. was wide open on that shot. Oh, gets the steal though. Takes it away from Giddey. Scottie Barnes. Ooh, almost goes. I don't know if they called that down on the floor, but Scottie Barnes with an exciting little sequence there. I don't know what Josh Giddey's complaining about. Come on, Giddey, you're my guy, but that's... You put the ball out in front of you and it got taken away. Giddey is fully in that new TikToker generation. If you guys haven't seen him on TikTok, go check it out because it kind of blew my mind that he was like that active and popular on that app while being a pro athlete, but... Shouts out to Josh Giddey, man. It's a new generation in the NBA. I'm starting to feel old. Scottie Barnes with the ball. Passing it over to Gary Trent Jr. Gary pulls up in the mid-range. That's all net there. Turn on the flames for Gary Trent. He's got to get going. Nice bucket. Raps are up by 10. Kyle H saying Sam Presti has been building up for the next basketball league right now with how many picks they got. You're not wrong. I describe him as a madman. I think Lu Dort might have just hit a 3, so that's good for that crazy bet that I placed, but not good for the Raptors, who are now only up by just 7, and then getting scored on in transition. Dort again. Lu Dort's having a breakout offensive year. Really crummy what's going on right now with OKC, but there's no denying that Dort's been an absolutely just a gem in the rough for them. I butchered the saying there. Fred VanVleet airballing a 3. Would have loved for him to hit that, but they found a diamond in the rough. And oh my God, that's not a... They're calling the goaltending on that. No, Scottie got up there. Okay, we're getting the replay right now. That's so close. Normally they get the goaltending calls right, but I'm not going to lie. That was way too close. I think that Scottie might have got that clean. If that's not a clean block and that is truly a goaltending, then the Raptors are only up by 3 points. 1 shot out of this for OKC. Not quite the cushion you want, but Scottie Barnes showing some freak athleticism on the back end this first half. He's already hit my bet so far for the at least 1 3-pointer for Barnes, and he's got that. He's taken 3 of them, only hit 1, but I'm just so happy to see that he's looking to stretch the floor now. That's fully integrating into his game. Kyle asking, did you see when Rob Williams posted AD? I actually didn't. I heard all about it, and I know people have been on AD's back about not helping lead this veteran team a little bit because he's the youngest superstar on that roster, like fully still in his prime, and everyone's like, dude, why don't you just take over? You've got a supporting cast. I've heard all of that stuff, and I know he got dunked on. Surprisingly, have not seen the full clip yet, though. I've heard people talking about it, but I heard it was legendary. I got to go check it out. Deruve in the chat saying Scottie Barnes, Rookie of the Year. He knows what's up. Lord 2 Senpai saying Josh Giggity. Shouts out Josh Giggity. He's on the TikTok. You know what that means. Stevie V giving some score updates in the chat. Thank you, Stevie. Shouts out. And Susie showing up in the chat saying what will be crummy is if Toronto loses. That will be really crummy if Toronto loses, but I think I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to jinx it. I know people get real mad about jinxes on here, but we've looked good this first half. It's a game of runs. They just went on a little bit of a run, but overall, I'm confident that we're going to have the superior effort tonight. This whole homestand has felt pretty energized, and the players are seeming to understand the opportunity they have in front of us. You're not just, even if you were to look in a retool direction, you need character W's to develop this group. They're still going to be playing like it means something because it does. And if they're at 14-13 by the end of this homestand, well, then all of a sudden you're in the conversation to get back into play-ins, and then from there maybe the playoffs. And we know how good that is to develop your team, right? We spent so many years consecutively going into the playoffs, going the first round, second round, conference finals, then getting swept again. We never had to go back to the lottery to build our championship team. We've got our guys now. I say keep pushing in it. Find a trade every once in a while to improve your team. But from now on, try to win as much as you can. I know it's a bit of a split emotion in the Raptors nation right now. If things collapse today, I'd be like, okay, whatever, it is what it is. But everyone wants to see wins. And I'm hoping we get to see that tonight. We're back from the stoppage right now. 4:30 left in the second quarter. Yuta Watanabe throws it over to Chris Boucher, who's guarded by Mike Muscala. Gives it to Van Vliet. We got to bet on him tonight. Come on, Freddie. Finds Chris. Gets fouled. So Chris Boucher is going to be shooting 2. Nice little setup there by Fred. Tom Moreau saying our D has sucked. I've been a little bit in and out with the chat, so maybe I've missed some defensive collapses. I know that Poku got a wide open shot when Scottie was supposed to be guarding him, but Scottie's also had some nice defensive highlights this half. Overall, you should be beating OKC. I still feel in the driver's seat with this game. Gary Trent Jr. jacks up the 3. Gets it. That was a deep 3 from the top of the key. Flames are coming on for my boy Gary Trent. Yeah, that was 5 quick points there by Lou Dort. And obviously it's a game of runs. They had theirs, but I'm hoping the Raptors can close out the half on a run of their own. Siakam guarding SGA. SGA plays with great pace. Kicks it out, and OKC knocks down the 3. That was Williams. Pascal Siakam cuts into the paint with the ball. Turnaround jump shot. Sits up on the rim and goes down. Pascal. He's got to be shooting at a pretty efficient click this first half. He's already got 11 points. 5 of 6. Has not shot a 3 yet, but wow. Really good start to the game for Pascal. Oh, that was an impressive pass by Blazely out there to Lou Dort. Bit of a one-man wrecking crew. And a nice block at the three-point line by Chris Boucher. Raptors are taking it the other way. Siakam shoots the 3. Money. There we go. That is nothing but net, folks. The Raps are heating up right now in Scotiabank Arena. We're on a run of our own. We felt it coming. We're up 8. SGA takes it into Gary Trent. Fires it out to Muscala, who shoots the 3 and misses. Fred Van Vliet there to rebound it. I have the scoring bet on Fred. Hopefully he can get me 20 tonight. Hands it off to Pascal, who's been hot. Oh, he's cooking in the mid-range again. Let's see what he pulls out. Kind of fumbles the ball. Throws it to Yuta Watanabe. Gets it to Gary Trent. The 3 is good. Oh, man. This is an 11-point lead now. The Raptors come into life. Yuta Watanabe making the right decisions with the ball. And then a foul, I believe, on SGA. What an exciting series of events that just went down. I said I think the Raptors might go on a run on their own. And then Chris Boucher getting an electrifying block. Defense leading to offense here. And Pascal Siakam, he's got to have, what is it now? I just read it out. So 16 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 7 of 8. And he hit his first three-point attempt, his only three-point attempt. What a half for him. He's been eating in the first half recently. Absolutely eating. And then in the chat, we got Marcel Martin piping up saying, Muy caliente P. Shouts out Pascal. Showing him some love in Spanish. He is getting that spicy. Molto picante for all my Italians out there. Fred VanVleet's taking it back right now for the Raps. Up by 9. SGA getting both of his free throws. But we're back on offense. Fred in the corner. Come on, Fred. Go get me some points. Throws it to Chris. Big Euro step. Whoa. That was a massive exaggerated Euro step to air ball. But it looks like the Raps are fouled. Was that Chris who got fouled? I think so. So chance that Chris Boucher's shooting 2 here. Chance to go back up 11. And we're just under 2 minutes left in the first half of play. It's been a really nice half. You haven't run away with the game. I wouldn't expect them to necessarily. And you've done a good job of cutting the runs off before it turns into tie game or a deficit and then going on one of your own. Shouts out the Raps. It's been an enjoyable first half of basketball to watch. And shouts out to the 90 people who are watching with me right now. If you guys are in here, drop a like, Spike. You are the best. Jet for Sale 1 saying OKC going on the tank. Lemon in the chat saying Trent on fire right now. Gary Trent is pulling up and knocking down. He was in a little bit of a slump. Knew it would not last. Hopefully he can stay hot tonight. OKC misses the 3. Gary's there to rebound it. Immediately outlets it to Pascal Siakam. Hands it to Fred from 3. Just misses, man. Fred VanVleet. He's currently got 5 points. 5, 4, and 1. Not a terrible first half stat line, but I bet on him to be scoring a lot tonight, and that has not been the reality the first. Hopefully you can turn that around. But if you guys are looking to get my bets, always check out Twitter beforehand, pre-game, and also check out YouTube Shorts. We post them through Raptors Digest, of course, so you can see those to get more betting information. It's Bet365 that I use as my platform. Bet responsibly, guys, and thank you again for tuning into the live streams. They've been a lot of fun. So Gary Trent Jr. with 17 points as well. He's got 1 more point than Pascal does to lead the Raptors in the first half. To go with that, Gary also has 2 rebounds, 2 assists. He is 3 of 5 from 3-point range and has 2 steals. Getting back to his defensive ways. Gary Trent Depoy campaign coming back to life. Nice little first half. All right, Fred VanVleet covered by Dort. Takes him to the corner. Looking, Yuta Watanabe knocks the 3 down. Oh man, the Flames are coming out. They may as well just stay on the screen at this point. Yuta Watanabe solidifying his place as a role player in Toronto's rotation. This has been unreal. Wow, deep 3 there by OKC. I believe that's Muscala who hits that. But nice little 3 there, like I said, from Yuta Watanabe. Coming off the bench, bringing the energy. So right now, Yuta has, let's see what he's got for points. He's got 4 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists, and he's shooting 50%, making the most of his opportunities. Gary, nice little, I want to call that a layup, but a bit of a floater close to the rim. Not a whole lot of arc on it, but went hard, gets his basket. 52-64, the Raps are up. 20 seconds left in the first half. Wow, SGA just carving up the Raptors defense on the interior and getting the bucket. He plays with such nice pace. I remember hearing D Wade talk about it, but he plays with the pace of a veteran. I gotta say, it's really remarkable, and I'm happy to have him on our side during FIBA World Cup basketball because he's going to be legendary for Canada. Pascal Siakam missing the mid-range J. Time expires, but a nice first half for the Toronto Raptors. I got to say, I'm pretty pleased with that. Nothing to cry home about, but we're up, what is it right now? Like at least close to 10 points. Some good performances, like I said, from Gary Trent Jr., Pascal Siakam. VanVleet's been a little bit quiet. You can see I have the bet on him. Barnes with a nice first half. 9, 4, and 2. Sorry, breathing in through the wrong hole there. Oh my God. He's got 1 steal and 1 block. I know one got called back for goaltending, but Scottie Barnes had a very nice first half defensively. I swear he has at least one more block on there, despite the one that I know won't count because it was called a goaltending. Chris Boucher, 2 blocks. He started the game. 6 points, 2 rebounds. And then Yuta Watanabe connecting on that 3-pointer there. That must have felt good for him. He's got 4 points, and he has not, I believe, let's see, has he turned over the ball or gotten a foul yet? So he's gotten 1 personal foul, hasn't turned over the ball yet. Doing his job, staying within his game, having a nice first half. And Stevie V in the chat saying up 10. Thank you, Stevie V. Shouts out to you for keeping the whole chat updated. I mean, you're getting updates before I'm even seeing it happen on my cable TV. I don't know how this is going down, but shouts out to Stevie in the chat. And shouts out to the 100 people we got watching right now. I'm going to put on a like spike for you guys. I always say it's the Skyrim arrow. If you know, you know. Jenfro saying, nice half, boys. Siakam, Gary, Trent, and Barnes. Kyle H saying, somebody better get a towel. That rain going to keep OKC slipping right now. The Raptors have been wet. They need Fiji water to go throw the Fiji all over the court right now. He's in a bit of a slump too, but we are connecting from 3 at the moment. And OKC doesn't seem to have a whole lot of answers at all this season for anybody. But I'm going to knock on wood when I say that because we got a whole half of basketball left to play. Marcel Martin saying it's raining 3s. Brian saying, sup Josh, buddy. It's Bri and Eric in the house. Shouts out to Bri and Eric. These guys have been tuning in for a while. Such loyal fans here with the Raptors Digest. Shouts out to you boys. This has been an exciting game and definitely stick around for the second half here. Captain Save It Bro saying, Scottie, you really want to protect home court? Where's Mike Vick? I knew he was loving Pascal tight right now. You know, wherever Mike Vick in the chat is, he is going to be ecstatic to see Pascal balling out in the first half. He's always defending him, you know, getting people off Pascal's back. You need people like that in the fan base, of course, but you know, I've said some things about Pascal that haven't gotten me a lot of favors with some fans, but I'm going to speak honestly, for worse or better. You know, I'm not always going to be right, but I will be honest. And Stevie V pointing out in the chat here, this guy's all over it, saying Lou Dort, 14 points. Lou Dort was a one-man wrecking crew for OKC that quarter. Another Canadian that you can't help but be excited about. Underdog story for Montreal. Gotta love him. Marcel Martin saying, I've never been wrong about OKC. And Kyle H saying, Scottie has heart, and that's something you can't teach. That's going to be a guy who does want to protect home court. He plays with a whole lot of pride, and as an energy guy, you're going to feel the crowd really enhance your game. Scottie Barnes will be a treat to watch for years to come in Toronto, and I'm actually going to be going down to the Bulls game next week. I think it's December 16th is the date of the game. I don't think DeMar DeRozan's going to be back in time for it. He's out with COVID protocol. That's so unfortunate. I really wanted to see him play in Scotiabank Arena during this like MVP-esque season he's having with the Bulls. I don't think I'll be able to see that. I think the first day he could potentially be cleared is that night, but it feels very improbable that he would be rushed back in that situation. Maybe he will be. I don't know. It's not like it's an injury, so if they get clearance, I don't see why he wouldn't play. But for some reason, I got a gut feeling it's very unlikely it'll happen the day of. But either way, I'm going to be at that Raptors game, and I'm very excited for it. If anybody is going who is watching right now, definitely hit me up if you're there. I'll come meet some of you guys, watch a bit of the game with you. It's been awesome being a part of this channel. I really got to say thanks to everybody who's tuning in. We got 95 live viewers right now. Tom Moreau saying Yuta is still underrated. He's starting to get his love. Even I'm giving some respect on his name. I used to just kind of see him as a meh role player, but now I get excited to see him come in the game. He has honed in that shooting. He doesn't try to do too much, which I like. He stays within his game. He does all the 50-50 stuff, makes sure to hustle. You know who could use a guy like Yuta Watanabe is the Lakers. They don't have a lot of guys that are fighting over picks and playing with heart on their sleeve. I know Russell Westbrook's an energetic guy, but they need someone out there doing the dirty work. And Yuta Watanabe does the dirty work nicely for this Raptors team. Diljit saying Canadians are playing strong, whichever team they're on. Great future for Canada basketball. Diljit is speaking facts right now. So true. I can't. And even when we were playing Memphis, Dylan Brooks and Brandon Clark actually to a certain extent, but more so Dylan Brooks was going off. And I'm on live stream repping my Raptors Digest merch, got my Van Vliet jersey on, lifetime worth of Raptors memories, and I'm sitting here getting hyped up to see Dylan Brooks splashing on our team, just jamming on the Raps because, I mean, ultimately we did end up winning that game, but I also am just so excited for the nation of Canada and the kind of splash we're making in basketball recently. It has not translated yet. I can tell you that. It was very disappointing the last time Team Canada was together, but they were missing a ton of players, including SGA. I think Dort and Brooks were playing, but SGA wasn't there. Jamal Murray wasn't there, who low-key turned into like a superstar in the bubble. Don't sleep on those guys. They are going to be back with a vengeance, and I'm excited to see guys like Dylan Brooks, like SGA and Lou Dort go at it, and I'm sure everybody else is too. Ichez in the chat saying, so we trading Turner or Sabonis? I feel like we would probably go after Turner, but I do like Sabonis. Both of those players, you really couldn't go wrong. It's just more about who's affordable. Both of them are young. I know Turner's 26. I bet you Sabonis is like 25 or maybe even 24. I want to say 25, but he's no older than Miles Turner, I think, and both of those guys would bring a big center presence into our front court. Both guys can score, play defense, but I do like Miles Turner as like the 7-footer specialist. Like, to me, I'd be tempted to go Turner first, but you do get a way higher ceiling in Sabonis. Like, he is one of the most slept on all-stars in the league. I was saying that earlier, and I mean it though. Alex Lee saying Wiggins looking nice too. Wiggins is looking very nice. Susie pointing that out too, that missing Wiggins. Yeah, right. When I was talking about Team Canada, I was lost there for a second. But yeah, I thought we were talking about going for Wiggins as trade bait. But no, in terms of just Canadian basketball players, Wiggins is playing so good. People say he plays like a rejuvenated Scottie Pippen. I don't know about that, but he is doing a little bit of everything there for the Golden State Warriors, and his offensive touch is fully back. You get to see when he's complemented by great players in a great system. I mean, he's a great two-way player. Very excited to see him in a Canada jersey as well. The chat reminding me. Kyle saying, not saying Sabonis is a bad defender, but Turner's better. He's averaging a few blocks a game, I think. Yeah, I believe Turner's actually averaging 2.8 blocks a game, which leads the league. He's like a depoy candidate, fully bona fide, but Sabonis is a good defender too. And I won't lie, his game is just tenfold ahead of Turner's in terms of being a great passer, great scorer, shooting threes. And I know Turner can shoot threes at very least and has a decent in-between game. But Sabonis is someone you can actually operate your offense through. And that trade maybe would do something to Scottie Barnes' spotlight. But let's say you send out Pascal Siakam in return. Well, then all of a sudden that's, 1-4 out, 1-4 in. In my opinion, maybe even a bit of an upgrade. But we don't need to go down that route. Pascal's having a great game. I got to bite my tongue before I say something that's going to get me in trouble. But Sabonis and Turner are both very exciting players. I will say that. But I think Turner would be cheaper and would get the defensive job done really well. So something to consider there. Paul Blunt saying, Joshy Ice, you better have not washed the hoodie. It's looking a little too clean. I've washed it a couple times. I always keep it in my room right next to where I live stream. I don't even want to wear it out of the chance of like staining it or tearing it on something by accident. It stays in the live stream room and comes on anytime I'm on live. Guys, if you want to get your own merch, definitely check out the YouTube shop. It should be listed below next to the video. And once we hit 22K subscribers on the channel, we're dropping a custom one-of-one piece done by a good friend of mine who works in the designer fashion community. He did up a hoodie, which is basically like a Raptors claw through the front of it, revealing a jersey underneath the hoodie. It's a homage piece to Damon Stoudemire. It's really cool, guys. You don't want to miss out on it. We have a random draw for it with all of our subscribers. So if you're not subscribed right now, hit that button, enter the raffle, and join the community. More than anything else, it's been a lot of fun here. Monroe Josh saying, Siakam trying to save his reputation because everybody blames him when things go wrong. Yeah, he is our best player. There's what's that old expression that was said in Spider-Man? I hate to be this corny. I really do, but with great power comes great responsibility. With great pay grade, $32 million a year, comes great responsibility. If you want to be the man and get paid like the man, then naturally you're our leader, so you got to answer for when the efforts aren't there. And obviously we understand the situation, right? Like, he doesn't have a Kawhi Leonard and Kyle Lowry next to him anymore, and Serge Ibaka and Marc Gasol playing defense in the front court. It's not that group anymore, so everything that we say to Pascal do take with a grain of salt. But it makes sense to me that he does need to answer for the team if he's going to be in that position for us, right? He's having a great performance tonight. I'll read it out for anybody else who might have missed it. So 16 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist. He's 7 of 9, and he's 1 of 1 from 3-point arc. Has 2 turnovers and 1 personal foul, but that's not outrageous. He's having a good first half, and then Gary Trent Jr. with 19. Pretty nice little first half of basketball there for the Raptors. Ty Cornfield saying, Raps gotta win this. Stevie V saying, OG's hip pointer needs rest out indefinitely. Yeah, I don't know when he's getting back. This is not good. We're playing okay without him, but OG Anunoby was so hot to start the season. We were probably making an all-star case for him as well, but he's got to take some time to get better. We're not going to rush him back in a season that's not championship or bust. His health has to come first. He's on a nice long-term contract, which is a great pay grade for the Raptors. I'd say already one of the better contracts in the NBA. Shouts out OG Anunoby. And it's tough too because Rich Paul at Clutch Sports, not going to lie to you, I feel like he's so toxic for the NBA. Nerlens Noel, Dennis Schroeder, there's a few other players I could go through where he just comes in with an ego, right? He's LeBron's agent. He's Chris Paul's agent. He's such a high profile agent and like personality in the industry that if his clients don't get paid like an egotistical amount, he doesn't want it associated to his brand. Like his guys get paid, that's his thing. So sometimes it can deteriorate a relationship with the team and lead to all contracts being taken off the table, like it did with Nerlens Noel and like it did with Dennis Schroeder. Everyone calls them the notorious bag fumblers because they are. But at the end of the day, I can get it. Dealing with Rich Paul is probably, aggravating. It comes with an ego. I do think Rich Paul's an interesting personality, but it really only works for guys who get max contracts who don't need much negotiating. But Gary Trent Jr. and OG Anunoby are both with Clutch Sports. We've got them at good rates. I was pleasantly surprised. I'll leave it at that. Paul Blunt asking, what is the all-Canadian starting 5? Oh, and Jenfro saying, we forgot to mention RJ Barrett. There are so many exciting players, especially guards to talk about. Nickeil Alexander-Walker, cousins with Shai, is another person that definitely needs to be mentioned in the same breath as other great Canadian players that are up and coming. I don't know, put it in the chat right now. What's your all-Canadian starting 5? I'm going to think about it. So I got to put Jamal Murray as my starting point guard. At the 2 spot, I'm going to come back to that one. But Wiggins is going to be the starting 3. Our big men is where it drops off a little bit. Like Brandon Clark might have a chance to be a starting power forward. That's a tough one because he hasn't looked the same since his rookie season. And then you have Dwight Powell, who's a pretty good center. Kem Birch and Chris Boucher, also Canadian big men. There's no one that really runs away with it in the front court for Canadian bigs. But our guard depth, man, maybe you are better off playing small ball. But everyone who's seen international basketball knows that they let it go physical, right? The FIBA is a physical brand of ball. And if you don't have sizable centers in there, maybe you'll get beat up a little bit. It's a loose whistle. It's a loose whistle for sure. Luka Doncic talks about it all the time. He says it's harder to get a bucket in international basketball than it is in the NBA, which is kind of statistically like proven in his case. But still, you guys get the point. It's a different brand that players from North America definitely need to get used to. Liking Canada's chances, though. Keep an eye on those guys. Oh, yeah, and of course, I would start Shai at 2. I knew I was missing someone obvious. I was just trying to go in my head and think about every potential person, but SGA and Jamal Murray would be your starting guards. And then in the forwards, you would have Andrew Wiggins. Maybe like you play Wiggins at the 4 and Lou Dort at the 3. No, Dylan Brooks is definitely be one of your starting forwards. Him and Wiggins, I would say, would be the 2 wings. And then the center, you could probably do Kem Birch. That sounds pretty solid to me. Maybe I missed someone there, but yeah, I'm going to say Jamal Murray at the 1, and then at the 2, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. At the 3, Dylan Brooks. At the 4, Andrew Wiggins. At the 5, Kem Birch. That's a gold medal right there for Canada. Tell me I'm wrong. Toronto's Backyard with Susie saying, you love Dylan. Is he your top 5? He's got to be like... Man, I might even say that Dylan Brooks is my favorite player in the league behind Fred VanVleet. Pretty bold statement, but I'm a Raptors fan first and always, but I'm going to root for that kid for a long time. All right, so basketball back underway here at Scotiabank Arena. The Raps are up by 8 now. OKC scored, so it's 64-56. Scottie Barnes in the post. Fouled by Giddey, I believe, even though he gets the bucket after. He's going to be shooting too. Jose Calderon saying Dort is better than Brooks. I don't know. That's a close one. That's a really close one. I'd love to see that matchup in the playoffs at some time in the Western Conference. That'd be really cool. Both those guys are certified dogs. He'd be in good hands either way, but in my opinion, I would put Brooks in over Dort, but I get it, it's close. And speaking of Canadians, Chris Boucher getting the cleanup bucket there for the Raptors. Deficit is 10 again, and I love this. Scottie Barnes picking up SGA at half. He's starting to pick up his guard at half court. You just love to see it. So intense, man. Chris Boucher in the post. I love that. Scottie Barnes was even creeping down a little bit off ball to help Chris. Chris ends up fouling the OKC ball carrier. They're going to be shooting too. But I just like to see Scottie Barnes floating down, trying to get his hands involved with the play any way he can. He's had an energetic first half. People were earlier saying that, okay, career night for Scottie Barnes, maybe. We'll see. Stay tuned for that. Right now, he's only got 9 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, but he's shooting 50% and looking pretty nice thus far. And guys, if you're watching this right now, drop a like in the chat. We got 102 people live involved with this game. Stick around for the second half. It's going to be a lot of fun. And if you guys have any bets of your own that you want to put in the chat, NBA, NHL, NFL, I don't care what you're betting on. Put it down. You can see my bets in the top left right now. We already have Scottie Barnes who's hit, and I'm hoping Fred VanVleet can go get me 20, but I wouldn't say overly likely at this point, but still very much so possible. Raptors turn over the ball. Blazely passes it out to Dort, who shoots the 3. He's been red hot. Misses that, thankfully, and Pascal's there to get the good rebound and bring it back the other way. Gary, he had a good first half with 19, shoots the mid-range. Misses it. Chris Boucher, offensive rebound. No foul, but he felt like he got contact. Refs don't blow the whistle, and OKC brings it back the other way. And what a dunk there by Blazely. Scottie Barnes trying to contest. I wouldn't say Scottie ended up on a poster there by any means, but OKC with a bucket, and they're only down by 6. Gamer runs. And then Marcel Martin. I'm a little bit late to this one, but Marcel Martin dropping a super chat saying Boucher spoke about looking at film and trying to correct his game. You can actually see it happen. Marcel, that is music to my ears. First off, shouts out for the super chat. Legend out here, but I'm very pleased to hear that Chris Boucher is taking what's going on right now personally, because the 5 spot on our team is kind of wide open, and he's more than paid his dues in the Raptors organization. I get Kem Birch has been a really stabilizing force on our team. I do think you should start him when he comes back, but Chris Boucher has worked too hard, way too hard, to be like giving up like this in a contract year. So I like that he's slapping himself back a little bit into waking up, realizing it's a very long season with a lot of time to turn this around, and he's slowly started to do it. Loses a tip ball there to Blazely, but that's all right. Chris Boucher's had a decent first half, and he's had some marked improvements. Marcel Martin taking notice. We foul SGA. He misses the and one shot, but he's going to be shooting 2. I think that foul might have been placed on Scottie Barnes. Paul Blunt saying Marcel the GOAT. Facts only. And then Marcel saying Paul the Priest. Tom Moreau saying Siakam is worth more than Sabonis, in my opinion. I think Sabonis' numbers are better. But Siakam does have a championship as the second scoring option. So you got to put some respect and credit and value at the end of the day on his name with that. So maybe from that perspective, but I still got to say, if you could 1-for-1 it, I think I might do that flip. Just because we're going to be building around a power forward as it is, and that's Scottie Barnes. And I know this is my opinion, right? People at home who are Pascal fans are going to be like shaking their computer hearing me say this. I get there's a viable argument there, but I wouldn't mind seeing that trade because we get our 5 of the future and clear up the spotlight for my boy Scottie B, who I think is starting to deserve it more and more. Lou Dort cuts in the paint. Good defense there by Scottie. Dort misses the shot. Fred VanVleet, Pascal to Chris Boucher getting the dunk in transition. Stand up, ladies and gentlemen. Defense leading to offense. Big bucket there for Toronto. We're up by 6. Tom Moreau saying blasphemy, Josh. He can't get behind that one. That is fair enough. Everyone's got their own opinion. Nick G saying he agrees. I do Pascal for Sabonis in a heartbeat. Shayar agreeing on that one. T-Bird Brad popping in the chat saying, sup. Sup, Brad. Happy to have you back in the chat. Stick around a little bit. We got some good basketball going. Robinson Earl with the basketball. Gives it up to SGA with a nice move around Pascal. Just misses the floater, though. Raptors are taking it back the other way. Gary's got it. We got 100 people in the chat right now. If you guys are watching this, I'm dropping another like spike. I've been making these rain all night. You guys are the best. Scottie Barnes with the ball, covered by Giddey. We got rookie on rookie, mono e mono, and Scottie Barnes getting the better of him there. I'm putting on the flames for that. What a sequence. Just bullying Josh Giddey. Love to say that. Rookie on rookie, bully ball. Scottie Barnes getting the basket, and that's got to be a charge. No way. Oh, I thought Boucher was established there for sure. Maybe he wasn't outside of the restricted area, but Nick Nurse looking distraught as well. Let's get the replay. They're playing the Barnes on Giddey basket right now. Getting it ugly. And then Chris. All right. In hindsight, that could have been called a blocking foul. I'll let it slide. But 101 people watching right now. Shouts out to you guys. I have these moments of, gratefulness for sure with our fan base here, and to see a bunch of people in the chat, talking amongst themselves. You feel the community here, the whole heartbeat of it, and things are looking a little bit up right now for the Raptors. So let's try to ride this momentum high. I'm sure the team's feeling a lot better about their season, even though OG Anunoby's been out. At least we found a little bit of continuity with bench rotations, I guess I could say, that are working, and Yuta Watanabe coming back in, just a feel-good guy who's been playing well and efficient. There's a lot to be excited about. And Chris Boucher, if he can turn this thing around, I'm going to be very happy. But it'll be very interesting to see how this season develops and unfolds from a managerial perspective. Obviously, asset management comes into play. You're going to need to make some mature decisions with guys. But right now, I do like this Raptors team a whole lot. And it's been a ton of fun breaking it down with you guys. So shouts out the community. T-Bird Brad saying, that is an offensive foul. It looked like it a little bit. But I got to say at the end, Chris Boucher didn't really get established. He was backpedaling, and then Lou Dort initiated contact. I'm going to try to be as unbiased as possible when it comes to talking about the refs, because I know we get pretty up in arms about it, and a lot of times it's deserved. That one, I give the edge to the refs a little bit. And then in the chat right now, Ballin saying, Josh, you kind of look like Giddey. I'll take that, actually. He's popular on TikTok, so I'll take that as a good thing. I got my own TikToks dropping too, guys. Raptors bets. So if you haven't seen the YouTube shorts, it's just YouTube's version of TikTok. Check it out. I dropped one earlier today. Or look at it later, because you can just see my bet. I have it in the left-hand corner of the screen here. Fred VanVleet over 19.5 points. That means he needs at least 20. And Scottie Barnes over 0.5 three-pointers. He already has one in the game, so that bet is money. But Fred VanVleet at the moment, he's only got 5 points. He's 2 of 9. That's not looking good. It's not looking good at all. But hey, it's a long game. Second half, still a lot of it to go. So let's see what we can do with this. Paul Blunt saying, "Stay focused, Joshy Ice. Don't get sappy." It's tough, you guys. You guys get me going like this, but shouts out the community again. Jennifer saying the community is Paul Blunt and Marcel Martin. You're not wrong. T-Bird Brad saying drop the shoulder and pushed off outside circle. They're replaying it again. So Nick Nurse was looking irate. Maybe he challenged it. Okay, never mind. What do I know? Raptors have the ball right now. So that was ending up being an overturned call. Offensive foul on Lou Dort. Shouts out to Brad in the chat. He's got this thing down pat. I thought the refs might have made the right call, but I'm wrong. I'm nowhere close to being a homer right now, but Raps scoring as well. 7-0 scoring run, so they're up 73-62. That's an 11-point lead for Toronto at the moment. And a nice little swing there, winning the challenge on that play. Chris Boucher taking the offensive foul. You love to see it. Giddey at the top of the key. Fred VanVleet picks his pocket. Fighting for the ball. Loose ball foul. I'm not even going to try to defend the refs on this one. VanVleet is looking very upset about that one. Trying to get a hand on the ball. Might have got more arm there. Giddey trying to shield it. But either way, Raptors are called for the foul. Liking the intensity. Oh my God. Nick G in the chat saying, I disagree. Josh looks like prime Luis Scola. Man, Luis Scola had some nice hair. He had some really good hair. And he had a silky jump shot. So there you go. I'll take that comparison. Why not? I hear the hockey ones are funny. People tell me I look like Mitch Marner a little bit. Or sometimes Brendan Gallagher on the Canadians. But I hear Marner sometimes, which is a funny one. Shouts at Leafs Digest. Oh, Lord 2 Senpai actually saying Josh looks like Mitch Marner. And shout out to Stevie for updating everybody in the chat. This guy is killing it right now with giving everybody play-by-play updates. He's way faster than I am with it. Blazely hitting the 3 there. Score is 73-68. Toronto leading. And Pascal Siakam, who had a great first half bringing the ball back for the Raptors. Right now, he's got 16 points still, 16, 5, and 2. Pretty efficient first half, too. And now the ball's in the hands of Scottie Barnes. Throws over to Fred VanVleet, who I would love to get some more points. But then Scottie jacks up the 3. Oh, just misses. Scottie's had way less very bad misses recently. Oh, wow. Nice transition pass there by SGA. Finding Blazely, I believe, who ends up dunking at the other end. That was a very nice pass. Siakam in the paint. Put that up. Misses. But Chris. Get that again. Oh, he got pushed there. There we go. Okay. That was a late whistle, but he did get pushed. So Chris Boucher going up and getting the rebound. Nice energy play for him. Misses the putback, but ends up getting pushed over by Giddey, I believe. Or is that Blazely who pushed him? Neither. It's Robinson Earl who pushes down Chris Boucher. He lets out a big scream, and then the ref makes a late call. It should be Raptors ball here, but Chris Boucher making a bit of a mess on the interior there underneath the OKC basket. Good job for him. You know, that's the energy plays we need out of our 5, and he's doing a decent job with getting the start tonight. With Kem Birch still out. Genfro saying, you don't look like any of them. You just look like a textbook white dude. That's fair. That's okay. That is fair. Marcel Martin saying, come on, Genfro. Josh looks like a Raptors Digest legend. Marcel Martin coming to my defense. Appreciate that. Pascal Siakam with the ball right now. He's guarded by Blazely. Goes up in the paint and just misses the floater. But Bonga's fighting for it. Can't get it. Josh Giddey's bringing it back right now for OKC. Oh, what a pass by Josh Giddey. It's fumbled there by Robinson Earl, but a really great pass by Giddey, who can, I mean, he's a really great playmaker. That's been the hype around him the whole time. Just so creative, as so many international players are now. Fred VanVleet throws it down to Siakam, who's working in the post. Guarded by SGA. Fred with a deep 3. Misses that, but just barely. Offensive rebound to the Raptors. Siakam driving. All right, Yuta Watanabe to Gary. Goes up. Airballs the floater. That was a tough shot to take, but Raptors fighting for a while there, not having a lot to show for it. We're only up by 3 points with just under 5 minutes left in the third quarter. Game of runs, guys. It's a game of runs. Stevie V saying the defense is tight tonight. And then he's saying Trent 3. Stevie, how are you seeing this so far before me? Okay, if Gary gets a 3 here, I'm going to be very confused. SGA with the ball. I want to see exactly how far behind I am. Oh, SGA shoots it and gets it. Wow, ties up the game. Big bucket there by SGA. That was a contested 3-pointer and everything, but Raptors coming back with the ball. Oh, did SGA just pick up a tech? All right, so yeah, a technical foul being called here. Fred VanVleet misses the first free throw, so it's staying a tie game at the moment. OKC's coach looks so casual right now. He's in like a cheap crew neck, kind of just chilling. I think they did those like reformed rules now for coaches' attire when they show up to games. It can be like anything from a track suit to like a real suit. I don't know. You see a lot more leniency with that. And it's funny. They talk about Allen Iverson as one of the first guys to get players sort of like, dress code rights fully. They can do whatever they want. And now guys treat it like a fashion runway. I got to say, I don't know what Russell Westbrook's been pulling out of his closet, but some interesting fits, that's for sure. So game is tied up. Maddie Maru saying Josh looks the type of guy that really enjoys Doritos. I really like sweet chili heat. I won't lie to you. Sweet chili heat is like, it's a top 5 food, let alone chip. Yuta Watanabe misses the 3, rebounded by Robinson Earl there. And if you guys are watching right now, definitely drop a like spike in the chat. Much appreciated, guys. Fayaz saying OKC coach looked like he's in the Russian mob. That's so accurate right now. If anyone else is looking at this man, he does look like a Russian mobster. That's too funny. T-Bird Brad saying, how do high school coaches need jacket and tie and NBA coaches look homeless? That's a good question. That is a very good question, Brad. But it'd be cool to see the day where coaches start trying to make fashion statements. Like imagine Greg Popovich showing up in a Louis Vuitton outfit. He's got like big shades and bling on. That'll be the day. That'll be the day. We need someone to set the pace with that. Wow, OKC up by 1. So SGA about to take his second free throw here. This has taken an awfully weird turn. At one point in the season, not so far removed from right now, the Raptors were really struggling in the third quarters. This has been no exception. So far in the third quarter, they have been outscored by how much? Let me double check this. So for third quarter scoring, it's 21-9 for OKC, which explains why now we are dealing with them up by 2 points as we had an 8-point lead at halftime, which has evaporated, and now OKC pulls out in front. Game of runs is what I've been saying. Still very confident that this is the Raptors game to lose. And by that, I mean they have the opportunity to win here. If they just give it up, then that's what will happen. But in my opinion, I'm not worried at all. I think the Raptors will walk away with a W here. They understand the importance of this home stretch. RPGT in the chat saying, why hasn't the Raptors destroying the Thunder by 80 points by now? You would have loved to see a Memphis Grizzlies type output right now on OKC, but that stuff's record breaking for a reason. It should never happen at the NBA level. And I get OKC's bad, but what was going on that night? And Memphis didn't even have Ja Morant. I know they're a deep team, but what? That was crazy. Like, get serious, my boy. 78 points? Insane. But to be up right now would be nice. I'll agree with that. The third quarter's been ugly, but if you can get it to a lead or, tie game or something going into the fourth quarter, all you got to do is take care of business in that fourth. You're on home court. Very, very reasonable thing to ask, and I think we can get it done, guys. I did put another bet on the Raptors money line tonight, so we'll see if that hits, but not a whole lot of money on it. I'm still waiting to see if Fred VanVleet can get my 20 points for this game's parlay. Doesn't look too optimal, but we have another super chat coming in right now from Genfro. He's saying, this team's too dependent on Fred VanVleet playing well. Yeah, you know what? They do rely on it a fair bit, and he's delivered a fair bit. I wouldn't say we rely on it that much. Tonight, I mean, we're down right now, and he's kind of been invisible, and I bet on him, so this sucks. But for the most part, I would say that we got enough guys, especially when OG's back, that he doesn't need to score like more than 10 points every single game that we win. I mean, our last game, he only had 10, and we ended up winning. I think right now this has just been a little bit of lazy defense and fouling a bit too much. I think if we can clean up the details on the back end and continue to get buckets, things will take care of themselves. I mean, Fred scoring a little bit more would help, though. Don't get me wrong. And shouts out to Genfro for the super chat, as always. Jeff for Sale 1 saying that defense is very bad. Soul just saying FVV inconsistent as F. he can be a little inconsistent. He's a streaky shooter, but he's never afraid to shoot, which I like. He doesn't really play mind games. He stays level-headed. And Mark Anderson, Sia Vash G, the Raptors need to tank to get superstar. They will never win another chip until they get the superstar. Mark, I agree they need a superstar to win, but he's already on the roster right now, my guy. He is a rookie by the name of Scottie Barnes. So we got to wait a little bit for that guy to come through, but I'm very confident in building around him in the future. That's why I'm saying, as much as like, okay, if we end up in the lottery again, then okay, whatever, at least the season's done and we'll draft another good guy. But we already have our players to build around. Sure, we'll need a 7-footer. Maybe we can get that done through a trade and figure that out when the need really arises. But right now, we have the future in front of us. We just need to build it, get character W's, and continue to develop. I mean, Scottie Barnes is that guy. I really believe he is. Shooting a 3 right now, hammering home my point for me, man. I got to drop the flames right now, and I'm going to make it rain as well, because even though he's already hit the bet on the 3-pointers, I knew he would get at least one tonight. Gets another. Scottie Barnes learning to stretch the floor. He's the future. Gary Trent Jr. misses the shot. We're still up by 1 point here, which is nice, but OKC taking it back the other way. Hopefully we can continue to build and go on a run. SGA cutting through the paint. Wow, what a move, but blows the layup. Scottie Barnes there to rebound it. He's taking it coast to coast. Kicks it to Van Vliet, who shoots the 3. Fred Van Vliet misses from 3-point range. It's been an ugly night for Fred. Susie in the chat saying, I agree, Josh. Scottie's a generational talent. I mean, he's got that skill set. You know what really did it for me? I've talked about it before, but when they were facing the Orlando Magic at home, the game, I believe, where Gary Trent Jr. had to get that steal last minute on Cole Anthony to seal the win. So that game, Scottie Barnes dunked, having only dribbled the ball 3 times across the whole court. There are only 2 other players that can do that. Kevin Durant and Giannis Antetokounmpo. Those are the only 2 players, I think, in the NBA that are able to do that right now. I know LeBron could have at one point in his career. I don't think anymore. So to see that Scottie Barnes has that kind of physical potential, I know it's like a very isolated play. Maybe some of you are like, why are you oversampling one dunk? It's like, but because it's not possible for regular people. The fact that he can do that shows you that if you can teach him, I mean, he's so physically unstoppable. He's doing this as a rookie. It's mind-blowing, man. I'm so happy that we have Scottie Barnes. And MW saying Scottie's skill is passing. It is. But it is also defense, man. He has so much that he brings to the table. And rebounding apparently too. There's nothing he can't really do. My hot take, I'm going to put the flames on for this take, everybody. I'm going to read more chats in a moment, but I need to get this take out. Scottie Barnes will lead the Raptors franchise in triple-doubles. In my opinion, he should be a triple-double machine when he's in his prime. I think, and no doubt in my mind, he will lead our franchise pretty early into his career in triple-doubles, which I believe Kyle Lowry has the lead for solidly with like, I don't even know how many, maybe like 10 or 20 at most. Not that many. Like, I think very quickly Scottie Barnes can get this done. But a lot of space to go. That is a hot take for a reason. But I do think it's very likely, and I'm happy Scottie's a star that we're going to have on our team. SGA hitting the 3. Wow. 82-76 is the score at the moment. So yo boy SSB popping saying Josh Goodwin in the 70-point Memphis win. Ja Morant actually played 12 minutes but scored no points. Wow, okay. I did not see that message. Jeez. Well, either way, man, whatever OKC has going on needs to be fixed. Sam Presti, he doesn't care. Sam Presti lives for draft night. It's like he's just a kid on Christmas morning. He wants to have as many draft picks as possible. Nothing else matters. It is nuts so, but maybe one day it'll all pay off. I know that OKC's had so many good players come through their system. It's mind-boggling to see the amount of different prestigious names in the NBA who have walked through Oklahoma City in the past 10 years. So they never really struggle to find good players, and Sam Presti's got his respect as a GM. I wouldn't sleep on him, but they'll have a long time of building before they're going to be contending in the West again. All right, so the Raptors down by 9. This is kind of ridiculous. And SGA thankfully missing a 3, but OKC gets the offensive rebound. Dort puts it up. Almost an air ball, it looked like, but OKC with the rebound again. Under a minute here in the third quarter. They got to shoot it in 3 seconds. SGA drawing the foul on Bonga, who I'm surprised is still out there at the moment. So Isaac Bonga sending Shai Gilgeous-Alexander to the line to shoot 2. What's Isaac Bonga's line right now? Like, he's been okay with the Raptors, but I don't know. He hasn't really impressed me that much. So Isaac Bonga, he's got 5 points. He's 1 of 3. 1 of 1 from 3-point range. Okay, I thought I saw him hit a 3 earlier. He does have 3 personal fouls, though. So the defense not exactly tight for Isaac Bonga, but doing okay, I guess. We're a little bit depleted in the front court at the moment. It is what it is. No Precious, no Kem Birch, OG Anunoby still out. I guess it makes sense that Bonga's getting his minutes, and I've heard good things about him developing in the G League. Just hasn't looked like spectacular at the moment. A fan fiction in the Pop-Tart asking, nuke the roster, ? Maybe. Scottie Barnes, nice offensive rebound or defensive rebound, but Fred VanVleet can't corral it. Ends up in OKC's hands. Lou Dort's got it right now. Shoots the 3. Misses that. And that'll bring an end to the quarter. Wow. Down by 11 points. Tables have turned completely. A third quarter collapse. This is brutal, guys. I got to put on the ice. I hate using the ice, but it's ice cold right now. This sucks. The Raptors are down by 11 after leading by, I think, 9 at halftime. Crazy swing. So in that quarter, the Raptors were outscored by a deficit of 33-12. Second half at home, you got to lead. It's OKC. It's okay. Play a close game with OKC, but down by 11 points entering the fourth quarter. You're playing yourself. That is so annoying. So right now it's saying OKC Thunder -6.5 favorites on this game through the live bet. Oh, man. This team drives me nuts sometimes. It's all right. I told myself that whatever happens, happens. You just push away the macro expectations and enjoy watching a young team play. That's what it is, but there's no doubt in my mind we should be winning this game right now. I mean, the score at halftime will tell you that. This is ridiculous. Fayaz reiterating that we scored 12 in the third. Jalen Stark in the chat saying that was disgust. That was disgust. And MW saying Fred is actually playing very bad. That's very matter of fact of MW. What was I thinking? Betting on Fred right now. In hindsight, it made a lot of sense, but has clearly not turned out to be a great move on the bets. Fred VanVleet, I think, still sitting at 5 points. I'm pretty sure. Let me double check this, but yeah. 5 points for Fred VanVleet at the moment. Yeesh. If you guys are in here right now, we got 115 of you guys. A little bit of an ugly effort from the Raptors, but if you can drop a like spike, maybe boost the mood in here. Who knows? Maybe we'll turn this thing around. But appreciate everybody who's watching right now. We got one more quarter of basketball to go. I'm not writing off these Raptors. We can still get this done. But just a ridiculous third quarter. Old habits dying hard right now for this Toronto team. Ezekiel in the chat saying stealth tank. Charlie Dan saying, this is the most inconsistent team. We need a better bench. Yeah, the bench, I mean, the league totals will tell you. Our bench is like 28th in the league, and our starters in terms of offensive production are like 3rd. Just a huge disparity. The third quarter, man. Oh, why? It's back to bite us. This sucks. Seemed like we had really gotten over that hump of dipping off in the third quarter and just disappearing from the game. But as Fayez said in the chat, you only get 12 points. They score 33, so now you're down by 11. But here goes the start of the fourth quarter. I got higher hopes that we can win this game. Try to get back to 500 during this home stretch, which is feasible. And Justin Champagny starting the first half. Champagny Poppy, I don't have the animation, but shouts out to Champagny. I'm a big fan of his. Apparently the funniest rookie, according to other rookies. But we'll see what we can get done here. Pascal Siakam in the paint. Finds Scottie Barnes at the 3-point mark. Scottie misses. That's rebounded by Giddey, the other rookie on the floor. T-Bird Brad saying 100% lack of effort. But Mike James reminding everybody they better win this one. At very least, it better be close. I have a feeling it'll be close, but seeing a win would be so optimal right now. Wow, that is a deep three. OKC misses. Svi Mikhailiuk there to get the rebound. I haven't seen a ton of Svi Mikhailiuk tonight. If he can get his shot going, he can help dent this lead very quickly. Pulls up from three right on cue. Misses that shot, and Champagnie diving for the rebound. Almost gets it from Giddey. Had his hand on the ball as he stepped out of bounds, so it'll be inbounded for OKC in their end, but Champagnie, a little bit of hustle there, trying to get a rebound because we desperately need every possession. 11 minutes left in this game. Susie saying these Raps have great personality. Raps will open up in the fourth. Susie opening up the floodgates for the Raptors right now. I'm hoping that's the truth because a win here would be a big step towards getting a nice play-in appearance at the end of the season, which I think would be a reasonable expectation for this group. Banton getting fouled, but like I said earlier, whatever happens, happens. At least I'm sleeping good at night knowing Scottie Barnes is on the team. I don't want to hype up this kid past expectations, but seriously, like every team spends so long looking for that guy. To put it in Leafs terms, the Leafs spent forever trying to find a number one center. And I know people who don't like hockey or watch it right now are probably like, the heck is he talking about? But bear with me for a second. Svi Mikhailiuk shoots a three, just spills out. But they needed to find a top line center for the longest time. They end up having a really bad year, getting the first overall pick and drafting Austin Matthews. From that point on, have we even got out of the first round? No. But as a Leafs fan, I do sleep good at night knowing that, the thing that teams need the most, a top line center, we have a world-class one. And in the NBA, the thing that teams need the most, a superstar, a guy who's 6'8", 7 foot whatever wingspan, he can shoot threes, pass the ball, rebound. We have that on our roster right now, and he's so young and has so much potential that, whatever happens, happens. I'm looking down the road. But nice bucket there for Pascal Siakam. That was a needed bucket. We're down by 11 still with 9:45 left in this match, but things are not done for the Raptors here. Yeah, some people in the chat saying, let me see right now. Green Man saying this game is proving the Raptors aren't ready to win. They should just tank instead of being stuck in mediocrity. They don't need to tank though. Like they have all the pieces. It's just a matter of getting older, experienced, and filling out your 5 spot a bit better. I think they can do it without tanking. I mean, if naturally you end up tanking because you're genuinely that bad, then okay. But I don't think we need to strategically try and commit in that direction. I'd rather push our guys now because we have the dude. We have Scottie Barnes. Maybe I'm putting too much faith in him, but I do believe what I'm saying. Scottie Barnes is isoing the other rookie, Josh Giddey. Throws it over there to Svi Mikhailiuk. He could hit a shot, please. Misses the mid-range, Jay. He stays cold. I gotta put on the ice for Svi Mikhailiuk, unfortunately. Frozen Fiji water at the moment. Oh, and OKC getting the steal on Svi Mikhailiuk. This is not a good showing for Svi at the moment. And then OKC picking us apart, passing the court, getting an easy bucket. Oh my God, this is tough to watch right now, guys. Got 115 live viewers, so shouts out everybody who is watching. And if you guys are in the chat, drop a like, Spike. You're the best. Oh, just pulled up my Photoshop. That was pretty random, but anyways, scoreboard's good again. 91-78. How did we get here? My bet is not... I mean, you guys already know, but my bet's done. It's toast. Fred VanVleet's not getting 15 in the rest of this game. He is at 5, 6, and 8, so doing other things other than just scoring. You got 4 different players in double digits. Chris Boucher has 11 and 7 rebounds. Nice little answer for him who got the start tonight. We're very desperate at the 5, as you can tell. Barnes, 14, 5, and 2. He's shooting 50%. He's hit 2 3-pointers. He's got a block and a steal. I like what I'm seeing from him. Only 1 turnover, 1 personal foul. Only 1 personal foul for Scottie Barnes. That's nice. A little bit of improvement there. 18 for Pascal Siakam. He's got 7 rebounds and 2 assists to go with it. He is very efficient at the moment. Shouts out to Spicy P. And then Trent, 21, 4, and 2. He's being efficient at the moment as well. He's got 2 steals, but yeah, I mean, not enough from anybody right now to avoid being behind the 8 ball versus OKC, which is just sad. People in the chat kind of giving up on this game a little bit. Yeah, this is tough. It is what it is, guys. Sometimes we're not going to win. I don't get why this is happening against OKC. SGA's definitely been burning us. I'll read out some of the box scores from the OKC side of things. So SGA has 24 points and 7 assists. He's having a very good game. Lu Dort was 16. I think he had 14 points in the first half. Very early, he was scoring a lot. And then Blazely with 15. But just they're getting a little bit more contribution throughout all of their lineup. People in the chat have been hounding our bench to be a bit better. They could definitely use that. I know Banton and Boucher last game got it going pretty nice, but Banton's been virtually a non-factor tonight. And Boucher's been solid, but only 11 points, right? Nothing too game-changing. And Fred VanVleet's been a virtual no-show, unfortunately, with how inefficient he's been. That's tough. That is tough, but shouts out to the 125 people who are watching right now. This is appreciated, and we'll see where this goes. I mean, never say never. There's a decent little bit of time in this game left. I think our craziest comeback game was against the Mavericks. That was a sweet Kyle Lowry performance. I'll always remember that. But maybe we can do something special right now versus OKC. That'd be nice to see. The chat not buying it though. Colby saying this team is toast. Paul Blunt saying the chat is on fire. I gotta look through the chat here, guys. I've been falling back a little bit. Paul Blunt also saying Svi is rubbish. I like the term rubbish. That's an underused Brit term there. He's a little rubbish in it. Mike Schaff saying unacceptable effort. Yeah, this is against OKC at home, and I've been saying it, looking at the schedule. You had a feasible opportunity to get back to 500 here and improve that home record, which, you spent all the last season crying down in Florida that you need to be in front of your crowd. You're here. Wish we did a better job at protecting our home court. But OKC remains with a decent lead right now. They're inbounding the ball. Let's see what the Raptors can get going here, guys. I'm going to say it again. This is a classic Goody line, but hold on and believe. This is not over yet. We got over 8 minutes to go. Justin Shenpenny guarding at the top. It goes over to Josh Giddey. The TikTok sensation. Misses the layup. Scottie Barnes there with the rebound. He's got a few rebounds tonight. Runs the court. Finds VanVleet, who finds Siakam, who gets blocked by Giddey. But it's a foul. There we go. We'll take it. Siakam going to the line to shoot 2. He's got a chance to bring this to an 11-point deficit for Toronto. But every little thing counts right now. Let's just try to dent this lead and get it close for the end of the game. It's a game of runs, and we need a fat one right now. Susie saying the important things right now. Lots of time left, everyone. It's not done yet. I'm disappointed at the moment, but... Pascal Siakam missing the first free throw. I'll put on the ice for just a split second. That was a very quick appearance from the ice, but missing his first. He needs to get the second, get it to a 12-point game. God, I can't be celebrating a 12-point deficit in the fourth quarter versus OKC, but anything, just inch closer to get it. Oh, it misses the second one. No, I'm sorry, Pascal. Ice is going back on it, staying on for a moment. Misses the second free throw as well. That's tough. Shenpenny gets over the pick, covering Giddey. Did a good job of running against both of those picks. Pascal Siakam guarding at the top. Oh, and just missing the layup there is number 23. Who is that again? Either way, OKC blowing the basket there. That's a break for Toronto. Let's see if they can capitalize. In the paint, Scottie Barnes gets the putback, man. We're going from ice to flames really quick right now, guys. I have to, because Scottie Barnes, with a determined effort, he's not going to sit back and just watch this happen. Misses the first shot, goes up hard and bats in the second. It's an 11-point game. Another basket will bring it to a single-point deficit, or a single digit, but Josh Giddey scoring the nice layup there. He's been an impressive rookie. Scottie Barnes taking it back the other way, going mano-a-mano. And Giddey gets the block there on Scottie Barnes from the back, but it goes out of bounds. Raptors are holding on to the ball. Good hustle there by Josh Giddey, but Scottie Barnes looking very determined to make an impact this game. Giddey did score on him there. And credits to Josh Giddey. I never saw him having the athleticism to run with Scottie Barnes, but he's doing it right now. Pascal Siakam inbounds it to Shenpenny. Champagne's having a good 905 season as well for anybody who follows that. Fred knocks down the 3. It might be a little bit late, but I'm going to make it rain right now with the animation. Fred VanVleet, better late than never. We still have a chance here, down 10 points with 6:30 left in the game. Let's see where this goes. Williams, oh. Hits the 3. He hits the 3. Pretty well uncontested. Oh my God. That sucks. I believe that was Robinson Earl who just shot that. OKC, just every time we get this back close to like a 9-point deficit, which is still like you're making up significant ground there. They're there to hit another big shot. Giddey got that layup. Then Robinson Earl knocking down that 3. They've had answers in the second half. A whole lot of answers. And the Raptors have had nothing but questions. This is tough right now, guys, but I do appreciate all 130 of you who are with me right now. So if you're watching, drop a like. We got the like spike going down. Soldier in the chat saying, give the ball to Barnes. Please. I'm with you on that one. Scottie Barnes looks hungry right now. He's been very consistent this game in terms of, I'd say, doing the fundamentals right. He hasn't fouled much. He's rebounded hard, gotten a few baskets, knocked down a couple threes. He's looking energized, more energized than his teammates at the moment. If you're losing to OKC, this is the battle of the basement, brother. Maybe go give it to Scottie Barnes an opportunity to do something special. Because right now, Fred VanVleet, who's one of your more experienced guys, has not been getting it done. Yes, he just hit a 3, but that's his 8th point of the match. One of the reasons that we are behind the 8 ball right now. But Fred also is 8, 6, and 8. He's done other things, but 3 of 14 from the field. Not going to cut it. Not for VanVleet. 6 Canada saying, in Masai Ujiri we trust. I don't know if that's sarcastic, but I hope you're saying that seriously, because in moments like these, I do seriously comfort myself by saying, yeah, Masai we trust. Right now it doesn't look great, but I have so much faith in that man and Bobby Webster, even Larry Tannenbaum, Nick Nurse, the other front office pieces. They seem very, very well connected with this league and where it's going and how they should build. I'm not too worried. These are natural things. but of course, I'm in the middle of a game, right? Like, I'm mad about OKC. But Masai Ujiri, he'll make sure that we end up getting some sort of last laugh at some point. Faith in Masai. That's what we're saying. And Jeremy W saying, smash that like button. If you guys are watching right now, you heard the man. Drop a like. You guys are the best. And it's been a fun live stream, even though the game's been going a bit ugly. My bets are toast. Been saying this. Kenneth Lau saying, we need Turner now. Every game that goes by is a little bit of a reminder that a 7-footer would be nice, but they don't grow on trees, and you can't just buy him for nothing. So we'll need to find we'll need to find some sort of feasible option. I don't want to rush and mismanage assets trying to get that guy now. I'm sure we'll make the move when we need to. Siakam in there to Scottie Barnes. That was a risky pass, almost picked off by OKC and ends up in the hands of Dort. It's coming the other way. Good idea by Siakam, but wrong time to make that pass. And then Dort's fouled by Gary Trent Jr., I believe. He'll be shooting too. He's had a decent night. Shouts out the Canadian. Lou Dort has 16 points, chance to get 18 at the line here. Soul just saying, I want Turner so bad. Turner would be so good. And when I found out he was 26 years old, I could have swore he was older than that, but just being at 26, that's okay. We can work with that. If you go ahead and get him right now, that he'll be right in his prime for our contention period. I love the idea of picking up Miles Turner. It's all about how much it's going to cost you, though. I'd be very curious to hear what their asking price is around. This is a guy who's legitimately getting some depoy praise, so it's not going to be cheap. Not going to be cheap at all. As I said, 7-footers don't just grow on trees. And I heard this stat somewhere. I don't know how true it is, but apparently, like, if you're between the ages of 18 and 25 and you're taller than 7 feet living in the United States, apparently there's like a 10% chance that you'll play in the NBA, whether that's like for the G League or the NBA. I saw that on Twitter. They're usually decently reliable. Oh, but nice little hookup there for the rookies. Scottie Barnes gets the ball fed inside. Goes up for the floater, but makes the read and hits a cutting Justin Champagnie, who lays it up for the and one bucket. I'll turn on the Flames for that. Ramaz saying, goodbye, Masai. Leave Raptors. Ramaz, you don't mean that. You don't mean that. You're mad right now because we're losing to OKC. I'm mad too, but we're not on that kind of terms with Masai Ujiri. We have way more to thank that man for than to criticize him for. Definitely. All right, Stevie in the chat said Barnes block, so I might be seeing one of those right now, and I am. Stevie's always a step ahead here. Barnes with a nice block on Dort in the paint. Getting the bucket, going the distance, defense to offense. Scottie Barnes, man. The Flames are coming immediately back on for the Rook. SGA dribbling with the ball. Kind of shakes Champagnie a little bit, but goes back up to Dort, and now it's in the hands of Blazely, who's had a pretty nice game. Dort covered by Gary Trent. Muscala. They're moving around the ball a fair bit right now, and Fred VanVleet dogging him on defense. Dort with an air ball. Shot clock violation. I'm going to put on the ice, man. We put the clamps on OKC that possession. Great perimeter defense. Putting the pressure on Lou Dort, who's a good ball handler, but great pressure by VanVleet. And we're just getting a replay right now. Scottie Barnes going coast to coast after a nice block on Dort. There we go. And there we are. Marcel Martin dropping a super chat saying, the mood changed quickly in the chat. You're not wrong. You are not wrong. It's been a little bit of a 180 right here in the chat. And Scottie Barnes from 3 just misses it. That's tough. That was actually a decent miss. Oh, but Scottie Barnes almost getting the steal. There's a little bit of hope right now. We're down by 9. And then, oh, no. Lou Dort. Hitting a three-pointer, extending the lead to 12. I said it a moment ago. Every time we seem to be denting this lead. They're there to hit a dagger. Oh my God. It was Robinson Earl. It was also Giddey, and now Dort. Fred VanVleet from 3. Just gets it. There we go. It's a single-digit deficit. We're down by 9 points with over 4 minutes left. This game is not done, guys. It's not done. It's been ugly in the third quarter, even into the fourth, but we have some life. Scottie Barnes with a rebound. That might be like his 10th. Let me check. Okay, so that's going to be rebound number 8. I could have swore he had more. Fred VanVleet knocks down the 3. Oh my God, I got to look at the chat right now. I know we're going wild out here. Flames are on, guys. Everyone's saying a 6-point game. Mike James, Tom Moreau, Jenfro, all getting out here. Stevie keeping everybody updated. Letting everybody know it's making it rain. He's got the 4-leaf clovers out here. He knows we need some good luck. Howard Mann kind of coming out of right field with a random stat saying Lowry missed 2 threes in a row for Miami earlier. Kind of random stat by Howard, but hopefully Lowry goes and hits his third because even though he's on Miami, I'm always going to cheer for my boy Kyle Lowry. Tom Moreau pointing out, LOL, you're way behind, Josh. How does this happen? Like I have a Rogers cable box and I'm watching the game on TV. I pay for cable. Like, this is ridiculous. Maybe I would be better off just watching a stream, but yeah, clearly I'm behind a little bit. I'm giving you a bit of a layered reaction. You see something and then I'll probably see it about 15 to 20 seconds later. And there's 114 people watching right now. So shouts out everybody who is in here. I've been touching this animation probably about once every 5 minutes, but another like spike if you guys are still here. It's much appreciated. Susie saying, here we go. Ty Cornfield, tell me to turn on the Flames. Ty, the Flames are on right now for you, brother. Let's get something cooking because the Raps are close. It's a 6-point game, and we have a chance to actually get back to 500 on the season. Man, I want to seize that opportunity. And VanVleet has 14 points. My bet might have like a little bit of life to it. I don't want to say too much yet. We'll see. Muscala just misses the three. Okay, perfect. I thought I heard a whistle there. I was like, no, we did not foul him. I'm not looking at the chat right now because I know you guys are ahead. Sorry if I missed anything. This is getting intense though. 3:25 left in the game. Fred VanVleet throws it over to Scottie Barnes. Fred cuts. Oh, gets blocked there. OKC recovers it. Good defensive play. Fred VanVleet maybe trying to do a little bit too much there. That wasn't a great look for him, but he's been hot. Let's see if we can get a stop here. Like I said, only down by 6, 100-94. SGA cuts. It's on the floor. Perfect. That's good. You kind of get bailed out there. He would have got the and one, but apparently Champagnie fouling him on the floor. I thought he might have picked up his dribble. That is a tough matchup. Champagnie trying to cover SGA. I would have counted that as an and one, but I'm going to say that's blessed right now that the Raptors are getting away with an on-the-floor foul. They inbound it. Josh Giddey shoots the 3. Oh, man. They end up with a three-pointer instead. Josh Giddey knocking it down, the rookie. That's ice cold. I can't look at the chat right now. It's going to spoil too much of it for me. Gary Trent pump fakes, shoots the 3. Oh! Wow. Who got that? Was that Siakam or Scottie Barnes? But anyways, Gary Trent Jr. missing the 3, and then a putback, I want to say maybe for Scottie Barnes. Whoever that was got right up there. OKC missing the 3. That goes out of bounds, behind, hits the scoreboard. Let's go. The chat's in a little bit of better spirits here. It was getting sad out there for a while. It was getting a little bit gloomy. Scottie Barnes passes it there to Gary Trent Jr. I think he got the putback shot, but I could be wrong. Either way, the Raptors with some good hustle, crashing the glass. They're going to need to. Everything counts so much right now. They fought back a little bit. Fred, knock this down. Fred misses. That one comes up short. SGA with the rebound. We got 2 minutes left in the game. Nice. Good defense. Way to pack the paint, protect the rim. He makes a bad pass, and it ends up going out off an OKC player. Blazely not able to catch it. Or it's Baisley. I'm saying Blazely. Baisley not able to catch it. Scottie Barnes in the mid-range. Finds Pascal Siakam. Knocked this down. Pascal cashing it, man. Let's go. The crowd is fired up right now. I'm juiced. I'm seeing traditional fake comeback in the chat. Someone's saying we're down by it's a 4-point game. Jenfro saying 4-point game. I can't really tell how far behind I am. But right now the Raptors responding. Not a whole lot of time left. 140, but yes, 103-99 is the score. So Jenfro's correct. We're down by 4. I can't look at the chat because something might have happened. I'm behind by like 20 seconds. I don't know why. This is Rogers Cable. I pay for this stuff. This is ridiculous. Perfect. That was a great miss there for OKC. That almost went down. Raps pushing it. Gary from 3. Cashes it. We're down by 1 point, ladies and gentlemen. 103-102. Oh my God. The flames are coming on, guys. The flames are coming on. We got some life. Lou Dort crashes. Oh. Tough bucket for Dort. Down by 3 points. 105-102. Lou Dort's been really solid this game for OKC and just having a great season. Putting the clamps on Van Vliet a little bit. Van Vliet to Gary Trent Jr. To Fred. Oh, Fred Van Vliet. Oh my God. Fred. Flames are on. I got to make it rain too. The money's coming down. He has a chance to win this for the Raptors. He's got a chance to win my bet. Scottie Barnes, let's go. I'll say it. Putting the clamps on Josh Giddey. Misses that. There we go, guys. We are back to life. Tie game, 105-105. And Marcel Martin in the chat, dropping the super chat. This is going crazy. Terry Black saying stop the spoilers. But Marcel saying big money for good luck. Oh my God. Marcel, I'm just noticing how much you just super chatted. Holy. A $50 super chat by Marcel Martin. I'm going to play the super chat emote one more time. This is crazy. Marcel Martin. Feeling the energy tonight, Marcel. Shouts out. Man, thank you. Thank you so much. This is one of many big super chats that Marcel's given. Him and Paul Blunt really lit up the super chats the other day and dropping a 50 bomb right now. Marcel trying to make sure that we get a victory here. 107-105. Guys, this has been nothing short of insane. 150 live viewers right now. And then the foul called. Gary Trent Jr. fouls SGA. Guys, this has been crazy. This has been nothing short of nuts, but what an inspired comeback by Toronto. I gotta say, Scottie Barnes' energy has been infectious. Just nothing easy when Scottie Barnes has been out there fighting for every rebound. Pascal Siakam, I get it, I'm known as the Pascal hater. He's stepped up and hit his shots when he had to. SGA hits his first free throw, and Fred VanVleet coming back with an answer. So he's got 19 points right now. If Fred VanVleet gets one more basket, I've hit my bet. I could have swore this was cooked. I said my bet is toast earlier, but we got a chance. All right, no spoilers in the chat. I can't look. All right, Fred VanVleet over to Scottie Barnes. Back over to Fred. It's tied at 107. About 10-second difference, shot clock, game clock. Fred VanVleet over to Champagnie. Oh! Champagnie, tough bucket, man. Double cocks and gets it. You know he's feeling it right now. Fred VanVleet put him in a tough position there. I mean, good pass by Fred, but really just banking on the rookie to make a play. And he does. He delivers. Why do I not have my flames on right now? I'm lacking. Oh, the chat is popping off. Everyone's saying Champagnie, 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 LFG, Champagnie, Poppy. Everyone's popping off right now, guys. The energy on a new level at the moment. Raps are up. Oh my gosh. 2-point lead. So, got to take care of things here on defense, but what a miraculous comeback. You know what? In the back of my mind, I know at points it felt like we might have been writing it off. I never said that, but I get it. You know, subconsciously, we're all a little bit worried. This is OKC, though. You know, they got some pretty big flaws. So if you can get on your horse, clean up the defense, turn your defense into offense, I mean, you end up in a situation where you storm back big time, down by 12 with like under 5 minutes left. You now have a 2-point lead with about 10 seconds left, I think. Justin Champagnie, the rookies have really done great tonight. No, it hasn't been Banton's night, but Scottie Barnes, Justin Champagnie, really doing a great job. And I gotta say, Josh Giddey, and while on the topic of rookies, has had a pretty nice job for OKC. 13 points, 4 rebounds, 8 assists. He's played nice for OKC. The two Canadians have really been the story for them. 22 for Dort and 26 for SGA. But no more hyping up for them. Right now, I just want to see the Raptors end this game. And no, I'm not looking at the chat right now because I know you guys are spoiling what just happened. I'm not looking. Straight into my webcam. I got to see for myself. I know I'm behind a little bit. All right, Fred VanVleet getting the crowd into it, clapping, getting everybody going. Okay, 18 seconds. I think I said like 10 earlier, but OKC should probably be getting the last shot here. Let's see what happens. Muscala with the ball. It's in SGA's hands. Guarded by Scottie Barnes. Pump fake. People go flying, but he doesn't. Oh! No! 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 I just about logged off. No. Why? That's garbage. Mike Muscala, we had to just drop down to respect SGA in the paint and leaving Muscala wide open. I think that might have been a bad read there by maybe Champagnie. I don't know. He just stepping up and hitting a big shot there. That wasn't obviously a defensive blown assignment by anyone in particular. Muscala just hitting an ice in his veins shot. Wow. All right, well, I don't want to do this right now, but I got to put on the ice emoji or the ice animation because that was a cold shot there. But we do have 8.9 seconds left, only down by 1 point. So, I mean, you guys do the math. One bucket will win it for you, and you do have the last shot of the game. At least that wasn't a buzzer beater. Some redeeming things here. So let's hope that the Raptors. Let's hope Fred VanVleet gets a bucket, hits my 20 over bet, and the Raptors win. That's my ideal situation, and I'm not looking at the chat again because I can't have this ruined for me. This is about to be intense. 8.9 on the clock. Fred VanVleet's inbounding it. The Canadians have played great for OKC. We got 200 people watching right now. Hold on and believe, folks. Let's see what happens. Fred VanVleet inbounds. Siakam throws it right back to him. That was a pretty quick play. SGA covering Fred VanVleet. Fred, that is a terrible shot. Oh, but it goes in. It goes in! No way! Champagnie! Count it! Oh my God! Does that count? It was so close, guys, but I think Justin Champagnie, the last 4 points of the game, and the game, Fred VanVleet trying to do a little bit too much. But we'll revisit that in a moment. Justin Champagnie putting it back. I'm sorry, I don't know if I'm blowing out my speaker right now. I have never been yelling like this live. But oh my God, Justin Champagnie, if that counts, what a moment for the rookie. He's never going to forget that. And what a moment for this Raptors team. Okay, it's under review. The way they celebrated, normally the players have a pretty good grasp. But let's see. I didn't even notice what the refs called it as. I want to say that they made the bucket. Oh, that's so close. Oh no, it might not be good. Okay. Yeah, guys, I won't lie to you. This might be it might be a little late. Yeah. Oh, I'm trying so hard not to cuss right now. Oh my God. So close. But Marcel Martin dropping another hammer of a super chat. Oh, it's no basket, but Marcel Martin saying, my emotional state is all over the place, treating an OKC home game like a playoff game 7. It has been an emotional roller coaster and a tough ending to stomach. Just probably 0.2 of a second away from winning this game. Justin Champagnie, you still got to feel a little bit of a, I don't want to say a moral victory when you lose like that. But wow. Fighting back at the end and it mainly being on your rookies as energy guys and Fred VanVleet not having the real great game that we wanted him to have, but turning it on late, trusting a rookie to make a play. And I'm going to be honest, Champagnie bailed him out twice there. First time, not a great look at all for Fred VanVleet cutting in the paint. Jumps, so he's caught in midair. Has to make a decision quick with the ball. Fires it to Champagnie, who gets you a lead with 18 seconds left. And then Muscala comes down and bangs a 3 with 8.9. You got to make a big play. Fred VanVleet, again, not the best idea. Drives it in. Gets kind of blocked, I think, a bit by Blazely or whoever was covering him. Just an ugly floater in the paint. Not the last shot you want to be taking. There was no set piece. We basically cleared out and just let Fred ISO into a bunch of defenders. But then Champagnie jumping up and getting what looked like a putback to win the game. Doesn't end up counting. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander ends up with 26 points tonight. I believe Dort had 22 or 24. I was happy to see Canadians doing well, but wow. Disappointing to lose to OKC in a season where they're just setting all kinds of unfortunate records, and the Raptors do have some ambitions of maybe being a play-in team. In my opinion, we already have the guy. Let's push for wins. If we tank, we tank, but I'm a Raptors fan. I want to see Raptors basketball. I want to see wins, and this was a tough one to swallow. An exciting one, though, for sure. The first half was really fun. The third quarter nearly, put me in a coffin. But then the fourth comes back and ends up being an inspiring quarter of basketball. You just run out of time in the game, and Mike Muscala with ice in his veins. I really wish that counted, not even just for a standings perspective, but just for Champagnie's own confidence and memories. Don't get me wrong, he'll never forget that. That was some momentum for him to build off of, but not enough to count and win us the game. That's tough. That is tough. Slurm55 saying, I wanted Gary Trent Jr. to take it. I agree. I've been saying for some time now that giving Gary or maybe even Scottie Barnes the last shot of the game would be a cool way to go. But I get it still makes sense that Fred VanVleet is that guy who shoots the last shot. But 2 bad looks in the clutch in a row for him, dribbling into trouble in the paint and getting bailed out by Justin Champagnie both times, of all people. Not a great look for Fred VanVleet, but it was a cool game. I'm running out of things to say here. It's a mixed emotion game, like Marcel's saying. And we had a lot of positives there. Chris Boucher looked a little bit more inspired than recent games. The bench wasn't fixed, but, we had a good first half. And then the third quarter, old habits dying hard, comes back to bite us. And then the fourth, inspiring quarter of basketball, as I was already saying. But just coming up short, man. Marcel Martin in the chat saying, I'm hurt. I'm hurt too. Jonathan saying WTF, we threw that hard. Skim guy saying crazy ending. We got 220 people in here. Clearly someone wanted to see me screaming at my TV tonight, and I appreciate everybody who's tuning in. If you're watching right now, drop a like spike in the chat. Been dropping that animation every few moments. TV Retro saying, guys, what happened? I'll say it one last time just for everyone joining the live a little bit late. 2 bad looks in a row for Van Vliet. Mike Muscala ends up draining a three-pointer after a Champagny bucket that he kind of bails out Van Vliet on. Gets a nice reverse cock layup, double cock the ball, gets the layup off the glass, and then, yeah, like I said, Muscala gets the three-pointer. Fred Van Vliet takes another ugly look, and the putback there by Justin Champagny just a little too late. Guys, disappointing way to end this one, but what a fun night watching basketball, I have to say. Thank God this isn't like a championship or bust season, because otherwise right now I'd probably be losing my mind. It still sucks, don't get me wrong, but it is what it is. Ben and Riker are surely going to have some fun things to say about this game. I'm just watching the replays right now. Scottie Barnes getting defensive plays and running the floor. It's a good time to be a Raptors fan. I get it, we're not winning, but what an exciting, fun roster. I know that when we're contenders, part of me looks around the league and gets to see fan bases with a big rookie on their team who's really good. And I'm like, oh, I'm so jealous. It feels like it's been a hot minute since we've had a rookie of the year candidate. Well, Vince Carter to be exact. It's been a while since we've had a really young guy on the team who is exciting league round. And we had that in Scottie Barnes. And tonight, what do you end up with? 18, 8, and 5. Hit a couple three-pointers. 1 steal and 2 blocks. Only 1 turnover and only 1 personal foul. It's your rookie of the year. Evan Mobley, slide over. Cade Cunningham, chill out. This belongs to Scottie Barnes. I know that he's now second in the rankings to win it, but still, he's averaging more steals and points and better percentages than Evan Mobley. The only thing Evan Mobley has on him is blocks. That's it. So I think that Scottie Barnes is going to win this award. Tonight was a lot of fun. I apologize for not keeping as up with the chat here. The Thunder obviously taking us down by 1 point. That sucks. Justin Champagny's so close. Final score ends up being 111 to 110. I'll reiterate it one last time for everybody still watching, and there's 220 of you. Go check out Ben and Riker's postgame. This is going to be a crazy recap. I apologize for being a little bit out of touch with the chat here because I've just been ranting a little bit. It's gotten very busy in here, and everybody who was here got to see a ton of different moods circulate through this chat because it was really good during the first half. The third quarter made us contemplate firing Masai Ujiri. And then the fourth quarter was just absolutely, back to the wall, right to the last whistle, basketball, clutch shots on both sides. We end on the wrong side of it. We just felt like we ran out of time in this game, really. But go check out a nice wrap there from Ben and Riker. Thank you guys so much for sticking around this late, watching this game with us. It's been a ton of fun. We end up being 1 point shy of my bet. Fred Van Vliet turning it on a little bit too late, ending up with 19 points in the game. I'm going to double check that. Yep, 19 points in the game. I said the ideal way to win it there would have been Fred Van Vliet getting a bucket, hitting the bet, hitting the W for the Raptors, but end up with this result instead. It sucks, but guys, it is what it is. We're not in a do or die season. I'm just enjoying Raptors basketball right now, and you guys are part of what makes it so good. Earlier, Paul Blunt telling me not to get sappy on the air, but seriously, thank you guys for embracing me as you always do. I'm going to be watching Ben and Riker on live, so definitely don't miss that. And until I see you guys again, I'm signing off.